So the Star Wars Battlefront 2 collection launch was terrible, and it's so bad it inspired me to make a whole new YouTube channel and a video on how to have an actually good Battlefront experience. I've played these games since I was a kid on PS2, and just to see them so mishandled kind of makes me sad. So I just wanted to put something out to show there's something way better to play than spending $35 on a cash grab. There's a ton of bugs in the game, audio issues, the font is not centered and it looks terrible, and the multiplayer is absolutely awful. The lag is terrible, it's almost unplayable, and to be honest, I think this is more disappointing than the Battlefront 2 2017 launch. I mean, it was bad with the pay-to-win crap, but these games they're classics, and I'm really attached to them, and just to see them so mishandled, so unloved like this, to me, it's more disappointing than the new Battlefronts. After witnessing the Battlefront Classic Collection disaster, I kind of want to make a guide on how to actually have a good Battlefront experience, kind of what I do to kind of make a vanilla plus sort of game. And it's really not difficult. It's basically just downloading a few mods, going through some installation steps, and that's about it. And that's all you have to do to make the base Battlefront 2 game look like way better than the Classic Collection, even though they have the AI upscale shit that somehow makes the game 60 gigabytes. I have no idea how that happens. I mean, Elden Ring is like 40 gigabytes, so it's kind of ridiculous. So in the background, I am gonna put some gameplay of the Classic Battlefront 2, just so you can kind of get an image of what the vanilla game looks like, so that when we do come to a before and after of what the game will look like with the mods, I think it's just good to have kind of an idea of what it used to look like and what it's going to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up what you need to make this game better than the Classic Collection shit. So I'll put links in the description for all this stuff, but what the main sort of homepage is going to look like for this remastered project is this. Now there's a bunch of links, but all you need to worry about is the 1.3 patch, the remaster installer, and the remaster DLC file, and then the shader patch preset. And once you have all these downloaded, what you're going to do, just open your downloads, and what you're going to need to do is extract all of these. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make a folder on my desktop, and you can call it whatever. Just call it mods, doesn't matter. So what you're gonna do, open up each of these zip files and then drag them over into the folder you made. Now these are all gonna have several installers in them, and I'm going to go through each of them, but it's basically the same steps over and over for each one. And there are like text files you can read that describe what you need to do, so you can look at that if you want to as well. Now the shader patch we're going to leave here, the 1.3 patch we'll leave there. So now this is all ready. What you want to do is make sure you have a clean install of Battlefront 2, and what that means is if you right click, manage, go to browse local files, go back to your common folder. If you see the Battlefront 2 Classic folder like this, just right click and delete it. And then once you do that, right click on the game in Steam and just uninstall it. And then you reinstall it. That's how you get a clean game. And then open it once and then close it, and then you're ready to install the mods. So I have a completely clean install just so I can kind of go through all of this. But now you just start going through these. So the first one you want to do is the maps. Alright, so when this opens up, you hit yes, next. Now you need to find where your game data folder is. And if you don't know, go back to Steam, right click on Battlefront 2, manage, browse local files. And you click here and it shows the path. Now mine is in my D drive, but yours will probably be in a C drive. So it'll probably say C, and then the rest will be the same. So you can look at that. Battlefront 2 Classic game data is here. And once you know the path, then you can hit browse, just go to where it is, pick your drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Battlefront 2 Classic, game data, and you hit next. Okay, so it's done, and basically you do the same thing for each one. So now we'll open up the part 2. It's just the same thing. Whatever drive you have it on, same library, common, Battlefront 2, game data. I'm sure you got it at this point. And install. Done. All right, now last one, or last of the main ones. All right, you probably know it. I'm just gonna go through real quick. There we go. Next. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the DLC installer, and what this does is it adds in a few custom maps and then a couple of, you can see it right here, Battlefront 1 maps as well. Just hit next, same thing. All right. Okay, so once all that is done, now we can do this shader. And it's easy. Just go to Battlefront 2, right click, browse local files, open up your game data, then open up the shader patch. Now you take all this and just drag and drop. Now this is gonna make the game look pretty good. It adds like sharpening, anti-aliasing, some like ambient occlusion, stuff like that. The only thing is that it will be a little more taxing. So if you have like a really old computer, you may want to stay away from this. But if you have anything that's like within the past 10 years or something, maybe even older than that, you'll be fine. You can download this still. Okay, so now the last thing, the 1.3 patch. So this basically, this is what allows you to use the skin changer that the remaster project comes with. So when you're in a game, what you'll be able to do is switch from the default skins, and then you could go to like 15 different other clone skins. So you could be like the 212, the shock troopers, the standard white clones, and then like 10 others. So there's a lot of options there. What this also adds is a fake console. That's what it's called. So when you're in, say, a instant action match, open the menu. There'll be a tab called fake console. You can open that. And there's probably like 50 plus settings you can mess around with. So you can change like reinforcement count on the spot. You can mess around with cheats like low gravity, unlimited ammo, god mode, all that stuff. So a lot of stuff to mess around with, but the main thing is the skin changer. That's the main thing you're gonna get out of this. So you click the browse, and you should know where the path of your game is. If you don't remember, just go back, browse local files. But when you click on the game this time, you don't want to click game data like we just did. You want to click the Battlefront 2 Classic main folder. Hit OK on that. You can double check. And you install that. That's it. Close all this. You can delete this, keep it, whatever. I'd probably keep it, so you have to reinstall all these. So now you're gonna open the game. Okay, when you open the game, it's probably gonna look like this. Screen is gonna be stretched, and that's due to the shader patch. Turn on the volume. There we go. All right. Now, if you're having issues with this, like I do, if you go to click instant action and it's jumbled up like this, what you need to do is close the game. You're going to want to go back to the main game files. So you have game data open, and you put the shader patch here, right? Now there's going to be a specific file. It's a YML file. So you want to double click that and open it. When you have this open, there are some settings you can mess with, but what you're going to want to do is where it says treat 800 by 600 as interface, you're going to hit yes. And this is going to put it back to the default menu screen, but it's going to look worse, but it'll be normal. It won't be all messed up. So change that to yes, save, close it, you're done. Close that, go back to the game, make sure it works. All right, now you can see the menu is different. When we go to instant action, it's normal, it works. So now that you have that all installed, you can go into the game, play all the vanilla maps. They're all completely remastered, HD textures. The shader patch makes the lighting and filtering, sharpening even better, and it looks really good. And it's only maybe 10 gigabytes in total, maybe less. But now with all that downloaded, you can have a sort of vanilla plus experience, be able to play this classic game, but with a nice fresh coat of paint that looks really good. So now I'm just gonna show some like before and after shots, just to show you kind of the difference, the big difference that the mod makes. Okay, so that's the video. Hope it was helpful. I hope it allows you to have a better experience than the shit Aspire put out. And just a note, there are multiplayer servers in the base Battlefront 2 game, so some people play. It's not a lot, but you can find full servers. But to the 5 people who are going to watch this, if anyone wants to see kind of how to overhaul the game instead of just upgrade it, there's some really cool mods like Clone Wars Extended or Dark Time. If anyone wants to see that, I'd be more than happy to do it. But I wasn't planning on making more videos. I just wanted to do this because of how disappointed I was. I wanted to put something out there. But that's the video. Bye.